name is Mr. Eagleton, and I teach PE and U.S. History here at Rancho Vista High School. I'd like to thank you for joining us for our first, and hopefully last, virtual back-to-school night. We've got a lot to cover, so let's go ahead and get started. So let's talk a little bit about class expectations. So in my class, there's really, the expectations all center on a couple ideas, and it really centers on the idea of respect. I expect my students to respect themselves. That really means just giving them the best of their ability, being proactive in their education. I expect them to respect their peers, be polite, appreciate and try and see their perspective. In U.S. history, talk about a lot of different ideas and events, and they allow kids to express their opinions, and not all of them agree with each other's opinions, and I encourage that dialogue, but I also expect them to have that dialogue respectfully and with an open mind. I expect them to try and show up to class on time, whether we're virtual or whether we're in real life, if you will. I expect them to come to class prepared. I expect them to ask questions when they have questions. Those types of things are really the basic expectations. But above all, I really do expect them to simply give me their best, whatever that may be. If your student is capable of an A, then I expect them to give me A work. If they're capable of a C, then I only expect them to give me that C work, because it's unrealistic for me to expect more than what they're capable of. So really the expectation is give me their best, and we'll figure out the rest. All right? Thank you. My grading practices are as follows. Typically, assignments are worth about 5 points, depending on the amount of work they involve or the amount of time I think they're going to take. But usually I assign about 5 points for each assignment. They'll be graded on those. They'll also be graded on quizzes and assessments or tests. Tests they can retake if they fail. If they fail a test, all they have to do is let me know that they want to retake it. Typically, I will have them come in for a lunchtime or a meeting, and we'll go over the test so that they know exactly where they went wrong. We can do that virtually also, and we'll just set up a time for them to do that. They retake the test. If they pass the test, they get that higher score. So it really is a great way for them to assure that they don't fail any tests, and tests obviously will make up a large portion of their overall grade. Now, I don't know if you're aware of, but here at Rancho Vista, you can earn partial credits. The semester is broken up into 5 different time frames. Each time frame is worth 1 credit. Now that's important because with homework, if a homework assignment is due during credit 1, I will accept late work, but I'll only accept that credit 1 assignment up to the end of credit 2. If they try and turn it in during credit 3, 4, or 5, I will not accept it. If they have an assignment that's due during credit 3, they don't turn it in during credit 3 and they turn it in during credit 4, I will accept it during credit 4. So that's an important thing for them to remember, that yes, I do take late work, but it has to be turned in within the following credit period. Okay? If it was due credit 1, I will not take it during credit 3. Another thing is that if they pass the class overall, if they end up with a 70% in the class or higher, they get all 5 credits. Now, again, like I said, the semester is broken up into 5 different credit periods. So if they pass credit 1, they'll earn 1 credit. If they pass credit 2, 4, and 5, they earn 3 credits. So it really is a benefit to them to always put out the effort, because they can always be earning credits. Whether they pass the entire class or not, they can still earn partial credits, which is a great benefit of being here at Rancho Vista High School. At this point, we'll look at the syllabus for 11th grade U.S. history. So At the top here, you can see that these are the units of study we're going to cover, and we cover all the major time periods of the United States history after the Civil War. So we cover the Gilded Age, Progressive Era, up through the Modern Era. As far as class expectations and grading, I went through that in the other part of the video. So, but the grading is students are graded on academic assignments such as homework, quizzes, tests, in-class assignments or online assessments or projects. Obviously, in-class versus online, those things will be different, but those are the ideas that they're going to be graded on. The grading scale is standard. Anything below 70, or actually anything below 69.5% here at Rancho Vista will result in an F. I've already discussed the late work and portions of that, but I do want to go over that again. I do accept late assignments. However, there are some limitations. I reserve the right to deduct points from assignments if they are turned in late. Secondly, the cutoff, again, for late work is if it was assigned during credit 1, it needs to be turned in before the end of credit 2. If it was assigned during credit 3, it needs to be turned in before the end of credit 4. So I can't have work, and I won't have work standing out there forever. It does need to be turned in by the end of the following credit period. Basic online etiquette. Keep your camera on. We're really working on this throughout the district to get students to keep their cameras on. It enhances the experience for everybody, me and the student. Mute your microphones when you're not speaking, and be mindful of your surroundings. I don't want to see, and your peers don't want to see things we shouldn't see. So, just be mindful of where your student is sitting and doing their work. Basic classroom rules, and this kind of goes throughout whether you're online or in person. Respect yourself, respect your peers, respect school property, and respect me. I think in life in general, if you show respect to people, things just go a whole lot better. When they come back into the regular classroom, I do have a flexible seating area, and that's where they can sit in bean bags, they can sit in cushions on the floor. I've got some more comfortable chairs that they can sit in, but those are a privilege, not a right. So if they come in and they're sitting there, that's great, but if they choose not to work while they're sitting there, well, they can be uncomfortable in a regular desk and not get their work done as opposed to being comfortable. So we do have a flexible seating area, and the students can use that. So, and I do encourage class discussion and freedom of expression. However, the following norms must be observed. Be respectful of others and their ideas and perspectives. Do not direct foul language at others, and do not use language that is hurtful or offensive. Again, this is about creating an environment that is open to discussion. I think that's one of the most valuable skills that a student can have, is to learn how to be able to discuss their ideas, hear differing opinions, and have discussions that are respectful and will push forward our own perspectives and ideas. Parents, thanks again for meeting me in this virtual format. I'm looking forward to a great year with your student. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me via email or phone. I'll leave that information on the last slide. Thanks again, and have a great evening.